Welcome back to Sudden Wealth. It's a pleasure to be here in this very nice evening. I would like to discuss a bit the meme stock movement. The GameStop, AMC, Bed Bath and Beyond, BlackBerry, etc. So let's turn back the clock to 2021. I know it feels like an eternity away, but basically what was happening? Well, 2020 started deeply wrong, and you've seen the largest injection of liquidity, money printing, fiscal stimulus, monetary stimulus that we've ever seen in history. And actually the stock market just went straight up. So 2020, people were still somewhat doubtful of how things were progressing. But by the end of 2020, the mood was so positive in the financial world that 2021 was marked to be an euphoric year. And boy, it was an euphoric year on everything. You had cryptos going up 1,000,000%, some of them. You had NFTs, JPEGs, meme stocks, short squeezes, you name it. Things were going wild, wild, wild. Now, I do believe that there was one true MOAS, which was GameStop. I do think a lot of banks and in this case, hedge funds, they were caught with their pants down over shorting certain stocks. And the retail investors found out for the first time in history that they had more power than even themselves thought. And they managed to make that baby GameStop run like crazy, to the point where Robin Hood made what everyone knows, got rid of the buy button and basically killed that movement. Of course, when a stock is being shorted to the oblivion until bankruptcy, nobody removes the sell button, but when it's going too much up, then they remove the buy button. But this is what I've been telling you from day one that I started this channel. These institutions, the SEC, hedge funds, Wall Street, central banks, they are not the government. They are not here to represent you. You are the problem. You are just useful as you vote for certain things. And every year they push things a little bit worse and worse to see how much we can take. That's it. And by the way, when they get elected, the only thing that they care about is to be re-elected. So if you have any dreams and fantasies about people, that there are organizations out there to protect you, and forget it. Okay? Now, what happened? GameStop was the true MOAS, and it was cut short by what we just discussed. What happened after that? Well, the same thing happened that it was happening with the banks in the US. What do I mean by that? A couple of banks go bankrupt, right? What do investors do? What is the next bank to fall? So they start looking for it and short it. And basically, as depositors see the stock going down, they take their deposits, which increases the bank losses, which makes the stock go down. So they take more deposits, which causes more losses. People panic, sell their shares, shorts increase their short position, the stock goes down. So what I'm trying to say is that there's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Boom, boom, boom. Same thing with the meme movement. GME went up. So what did investors start doing? Let's find heavily shorted stocks that are down on their knees after the pandemic, like AMC. And we're going to do the same as we did with GME. So if you actually go look at the volume when AMC hit 72, the volume around that stock was 6 or 7 times the usual monthly volume. That's why the stock went up. So, but with this, a lot of interests popped up. So people bought the stock very early. And people that have a lot of influence, like YouTube, like having certain articles written, certain Reddit posts, certain Twitter posts start pumping the idea of all these shorts in AMC, the synthetic shares, the corruption. This is going to run. This is going to be the big one. Don't forget, they bought the stock $2, $3. You are buying when the stock is at 30, 40. And why do people go after it? They see what happened with GameStop. They find the next target. So people are now aware of what can happen. So they pile in on that target. They pile on AMC, but they buy at 30, 40, 50, $60, while the influencers, the guys who spread the articles, the guys who post the Twitter, will make the tweets, the guy who posts the Reddit comments, they bought at $2 or $3. Now AMC insiders, at least GameStop, had the courtesy of letting the stock rip and be appreciative for being saved by the retail community. AMC doesn't give a shit. So what do the insiders do, particularly their CEO? Start selling the stock at $70, $60, $50, dumping on the top of all of you guys. But this was the scam, in my opinion, not financial advice. This is how I see it. This was the trick, because everyone was programmed to look for the next GameStop after so many stories of wealth and people becoming millionaires overnight, that they start looking for the next GameStop. And then a lot of narratives start to pop up about certain stocks. They need to share similar characteristics, right? And after getting everybody long at the top, we then enter, of course, we start selling out still in 2021, and then 2022 we have the high levels of inflation, interest rate hikes, blah blah blah. Everyone knows the story. But the people who arranged for all of this to explode in terms of the price going up super quickly, those people are now making the same articles but about conspiracy theories. This guy's working for that guy's under the table, $1 trillion synthetic shares, the SEC is investigating, but the SEC is refused. So then they go to make ad revenue over Twitter, over articles, over YouTube. Of course, this attracted a lot of YouTubers as well, because there's a lot of money to be made over there. And they start concocting these ideas over and over again. And basically the idea is to have the AMC holders, but not just AMC, BlackBerry, Bed and Beyond, basically glued to the screens for messages of hope. The dream is gonna still happen. This is it. This is confirmed. And yeah, that just pissed me off, but I think that's what actually happened. Now, that's my take on the overall meme stock movement. And I really hope that you guys didn't get, annoyed by this. But I really, if you think about it, if you listen to me, cold-headed from a rational standpoint, you'll see that everything that I'm saying makes perfect sense. So that is it, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.